Disclaimer. The channel would like to sincerely apologize to anyone who finds the ideas presented in this video inaccurate, or even offensive. What has been presented in this video, with the best intentions, is the channel's best ideas, out of its present limited human content. The channel has tried to keep the presentation as simple as it could, but some ideas of the presentation are new, and hence, they could be demanding to some people. Please stay focused, processing the ideas, and when new or challenging ideas are introduced, they will be elaborated, and repeated, and reintroduced, during the presentation. If you have emotional difficulties, or you have difficulties coping with today's world, it is best not to watch this video, because it may provoke existential issues. The script of the video is available to be downloaded in the description. Language Conscious Dimension 3. Once a non-language conscious Dimension 2 human being, for example named Alex, comes in contact with another living creature, more specifically, with another non-language conscious Dimension 2 human being, for example named Bob, then surfaces the need, then comes into existence language and language conscious Dimension 3. For example, this non-language conscious Dimension 2 human being, named Alex, living on the small isolated island suddenly comes in contact with another non-language conscious Dimension 2 human being, named Bob. This would subsequently result in Bob's idiosyncrasy, likes and dislikes, prompting Alex to question, to dispute, to contest his non-language conscious Dimension 2. For example, Bob likes eating spicy peppers, Alex finds them disgusting. Bob loves covering himself with dirty wet mud sitting under the hot sun frying himself, Alex finds it awful and stupid. And Bob enjoys during the evenings howling loudly, rhythmically beating pieces of wood dancing around the fire looking at the stars. Alex, on the other hand, finds it extremely annoying because he wants to enjoy a long restful sleep. Alex, because of Bob's idiosyncrasy, likes and dislikes, would start questioning, disputing the way he has always seen things. For example, aren't spicy peppers disgusting? Isn't it covering yourself with dirty wet mud sitting under the hot sun frying yourself awful and stupid? And isn't during the evenings howling loudly, rhythmically beating pieces of wood dancing around the fire looking at the stars extremely annoying? Slowly but surely Alex would realize that the outside world, the unconscious Dimension 1 world, should have other meanings apart from the meaning he had always thought it had before his encounter with Bob's idiosyncrasy, likes and dislikes, with Bob's non-language conscious Dimension 2. Simultaneously Alex would have the need to communicate with Bob to ask him, how can you like eating those disgusting spicy peppers? Why do you have this awful stupid habit covering yourself with dirty wet mud sitting under the hot sun frying yourself? And you had better stop howling during the evenings rhythmically beating pieces of wood dancing around the fire because I can't sleep. It is exactly at this point that comes into existence language conscious Dimension 3, when someone needs to communicate with another human being, when a non-language conscious Dimension 2 human being needs to communicate with another non-language conscious Dimension 2 human being. Reason and logic derive from language conscious Dimension 3, which is the result of two human beings coming in contact with each other, the result of two non-language conscious Dimension 2, meeting each other, due to the fact that there are no two human beings or two non-language conscious Dimension 2 exactly the same. It results in the need of the two human beings to create some kind of language to communicate. It results in the need of the two human beings to invent some kind of logos to communicate. Without the ability of language/logos to cut, to break up the infinite foggy chaotic currents of non-language conscious Dimension 2, civilization as we know it, as it is today, it cannot exist, it cannot develop. This is the central difference between an animal and a human being. A human being's ability to use language, a human being's ability to use logos, a human being's ability to logically reason, a human being's ability to have a dialogue with another human being, and a human being's ability to have a dialogue with himself, meaning, a human being's ability to think, to contemplate. For this reason, the Greek words logic and dialogue are both derivatives of the Greek word logos. It is estimated, probably most of human beings in a conscious world is the result of language conscious dimension 3. Compare the content of the soul human beings non-language conscious dimension 2 inner world, living on the small isolated island where there are no living creatures, with nowadays human beings language conscious dimension 3 inner world. This soul human beings non-language conscious dimension 2 inner world, living on the small island would be only the phenomena, the impressions through his 5 senses from the things he has experienced. On the other hand, he would not have known anything about medicine, architecture, industry, finance, civilization, history, evolutionary biology, and astronomy. There would not have been any books, newspapers, magazines, radio, television, computers and the internet, because they are all the result of language conscious dimension 3. To appreciate the foundational importance of language conscious dimension 3, in the development of human beings and our civilization, imagine a human being leaving her house to go out on a date standing in front of the mirror and quickly looking at herself in the mirror saying, "Everything is fine," and ask yourselves, how much language conscious dimension 3 is needed, how much knowledge and civilization is needed, for someone to utter those 3 simple words. Language conscious dimension 3, coming in contact with other non-language conscious dimension 2 inner worlds has, as we all know, and a lot of negative challenges, because that is where from human negative feelings such as loneliness, shame, jealousy, disgrace, immorality, sin, etc. derive from, and also that is where civilization challenges such as inequality, corruption, exploitation, environmental issues, wars, nuclear wars, economic systems, political systems, etc. derive from. For an answer to these challenges, please watch the channel's video, Existence, Energy Cocooned Inside Us, and Benevolent Compassionate Civilization. Dear fellow language conscious dimension 3 human beings, I thank you for your time, energy and concentration, and I wish you strength on your heroic journey towards the benevolent compassionate consciousness, /spirit/energy, and the eudaimonic benevolent compassionate civilization.